Hello everyone, welcome to Josh's Boxes. My name is Josh, and if you happen to be watching this on January 31st, National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day, then happy National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. So we have got another map drawing video planned for today. Last week we finished drawing the continents and put some detail on the coastlines, and today I want to add mountains to my continents. And so most of today will be drawing the mountains, so I'm excited for that. I already have a pretty good idea of where I'm going to put the mountains because of the digital map that I've already made, but I'm interested to see how it ends on paper. So let's go over to the cardboard contraption. Here we are at the cardboard contraption. I have the digital map in front of me. It's off camera, and I'm going to use that as a reference point to add some mountains onto these continents. So I'm going to take my mechanical pencil and just very, very lightly sketch in the outline of the mountains. So if you can't see it, sorry in advance. I promise you'll see it eventually. Okay, so I have the mountains kind of mapped out with pencil. Am I in love with how they look? No, but that's okay. I'm gonna put some pen to the outline and then maybe shade with a lighter pen and see if it looks better than in pencil. And if not, then that's just the way that it is, and I won't freak out about it. And I'll just keep practicing to get better. But we'll see. Here goes. Okay, so I finished the inking and I'm holding my phone in my hand now so you can get a closer look at the mountains. As you can see, I did some hatching, some just straight lines to give the mountains some shading. And I think overall it turned out pretty well. They're obviously not perfect, but I think I am satisfied with how they came out. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I think it definitely looks better than how it did in pencil. So at least I got that right. Now that I have the mountains drawn, I do want to talk about some of the elements I use to determine where the mountains are and what their shape is and stuff. Just some geology, basically. Really simple. The idea is that you don't see any mountains by themselves here because generally mountains don't form by themselves. They form in ranges. So all my mountains are in ranges, and some of them are pretty close to the ocean, but none of them are like right along the coast because it's very rare to have like a mountain range right on the coast. It's always, you know, a little bit inland. I think this one is probably cuts it a little close. The idea is that it's tectonic plates that are forming these mountains. You know, underneath the plates are crashing into each other and pushing up like this to form mountains. If you went to 8th grade, you probably know that already. But that's the idea, is that these are places where the tectonic plates are colliding That's why, you know, these islands are up here, is because it's an extension of the mountain range, basically. So those are my mountains. You may also be wondering why I decided to do mountains first, and that's because mountains have a huge effect on all the other terrain on the map. They affect where rivers are, where deserts are, where forests are, where civilizations are. You would be surprised at how much is affected by mountains. So I did the mountains first, so that way I can base everything from there, right? It's like the continents are obviously the biggest part of the world, but after that, the thing that has the most effect is the mountains. So that's why I decided to do the mountains after the continents and not like the forests or the cities or whatever. My plan for my next video is probably to figure out where rivers and lakes are, because rivers and lakes affect especially civilization, but they can also affect forests and to a certain extent deserts and things like that. So next I will be figuring out where my rivers and lakes are, but that's for the next video. I think that's everything that has to do with the map. So I will take us back over to the face cam. Alright, so that was everything for mountains, and I am pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm liking how the map is progressing. I'm excited to do more with the map. Like I said, the next map related video will probably be rivers and lakes, but I don't think the next video I'm going to make is going to be map related. So I'm definitely not going to stop making map videos, so if you are really attached to map videos, don't worry, but I am going to be branching out with the type of content that I'm posting. I was planning on doing this stuff like later down the line after I had done all my mapping videos, but I want to vary it up now rather than just doing one type then the other type. I want to mix it up a little bit. So next Saturday I'm planning on posting a video for a new series that I'm going to call the Chronicles, which will basically be me telling stories. I've always wanted to tell stories. That's part of the reason why I started this YouTube channel in the first place, is because I love telling stories. And so the Chronicles is where I'm going to start. And it's basically just, I guess you could say my romantic endeavors throughout my life. But it's essentially just Josh being stupid around girls until he was 22 or whatever. That's basically what it is. So expect episode 1 of the Crush Chronicles next Saturday. I'm planning on just taking the whole day to write, film, edit, and post that video. My buddy Joe is going to be helping me out with that. So that's exciting. The next type of video that I'm planning on posting is RPG related. Tabletop role-playing games is something that I love. It's another thing that I'm super passionate about. It's the reason why I want to make maps, is for my role-playing game worlds. And I have a ton of them. I have so many stinking different role-playing games. My drive-through RPG account has like 100 different PDFs that I've bought of games, and so it's something I'm really into. I have tons of D&D books and related content, and so it's hard to find people to run games. You know, each game has a slightly different rule set. It's hard to find people who are willing to learn new rules all the time, and so I want to get at least something out of all these games that I have, because mostly I've bought them and read them and that's it. And there's not anything wrong with buying books and reading them. That's why you buy books. But especially with tabletop role-playing games, since it's a game, I want to be able to play it. So I'm going to start taking these various games that I have and doing what I call an RPG test drive. So it will essentially be taking that system, making a character with it, and then planning an adventure using the rules that the system provides, or the tools or whatever, and seeing how easy it is and how long it takes me, and, you know, test driving the system in a sense. So I'm thinking of starting with books, you know, OSR style books, old school Renaissance, which are things like Black Hack or Maze Rats or Knave or something like that. Those type of games, if you've heard of those, I doubt that. I'm not sure how many people who watch this channel have heard of those, but if you have, that's the style of game. So I'm thinking, because they have just like so much content packed into them. So I'm thinking about doing a test drive with some OSR books first, but I've got D&D books, I've got generic rule sets, I've got standalones, I've got OSR, I've got tons and tons of books. This could be a series that goes on for a really long time. But I'm excited for it. I think it could be fun. I think it's a good way for me to get something out of all this money that I've spent and also get more familiar with the game, present new games to you guys. So if you like this video, or if you are excited for the Crush Chronicles or the RPG test drives, please leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you're most excited for, or if you have other series you want me to try, or if you just have mean things to say to me, put all of that in the comments below. And if you're interested in following the progress of this channel, seeing the whole Crush Chronicles, RPG test drive, and map making videos continue to fruition, I guess, then please subscribe. I have recently received kind of a boost in subscribers. It was stagnant for a little while with 13, but I'm up to 18 now. So thank you so much for my new subscribers. I hope you're liking my content. And until next time, ciao. Okay, so I am all set up here at the cardboard contraption, and I am going to, in pencil, throw it on the ground. Okay, so here I am at the cardboard contraption. I have the map in front of me, obviously. Gee whiz.